Welcome to Money Moves for CRNAs, the podcast created specifically for 1099 CRNAs who want clarity, confidence, and control over their money. This podcast is for educational purposes only and is not personalized tax or financial advice. Here's your host, Randy Larkin with Atlanta Tax Planner.
Hi there. If you are a 1099 CRNA and tax season felt stressful this year, the problem may not start with your deductions. It may not start with your LLC. It may not even start with whether you should be an S-corp. The first issue may be much simpler. Do you clearly understand how your contract is paying you? In the last couple of episodes, we talked about how tax season stress is usually not the problem. It is usually a symptom. It may be showing you where your tax setup was unclear during the year. So today, let's look at one of the first readiness gaps many 1099 CRNAs overlook: income and contract clarity. This is also the first area in our free 1099 CRNA tax readiness review. For a 1099 CRNA, your tax plan should not start with asking, "What can I write off?" That may be important, but it's not the first question. The first question is, do you clearly understand how you are being paid? Many 1099 CRNAs have more than one moving piece. You may have multiple contracts, more than one agency, W-2 income and 1099 income in the same year, or stipends, reimbursements, bonuses, travel payments, and other payments connected to your work. At the same time, none of that may feel urgent. You are working, you are getting paid, you assume it will all get sorted out at tax time. But by March or April, unanswered questions can create stress. What was this payment for? Was this W-2 or 1099 income? Were taxes withheld? Did I work in more than one state? Did I save the contract and pay statement? These are not questions you want to answer for the first time during tax season. Your contract setup can affect more than you realize. It can affect estimated taxes, deductions, travel records, state tax exposure, cash flow planning, and year-end projections. That is why income clarity matters, because if your income is unclear, the rest of the planning can become unclear too. You may be guessing how much to set aside, guessing whether your estimates are enough, guessing which expenses need to be tracked, guessing whether another state may be involved, and guessing is one of the reasons tax season feels stressful. This does not mean every 1099 CRNA has a complicated situation. Simple is fine. Unclear is the problem. A simple tax setup can be planned around. An unclear tax setup creates stress. One 1099 CRNA may have one contract, one state, clean records, and consistent income. Another may have multiple contracts, multiple states, mixed W-2 and 1099 income, travel reimbursements, and income that change halfway through the year. Both may call themselves 1099 CRNAs, but their tax planning may not look the same. That is why generic advice can be risky. A general tax savings percentage, a deduction list, or S-corp conversion may be a starting point. But those ideas depend on facts, and many of those facts start with your income and contract setup. How were you paid? Where did you work? What did your contract say? What records did you keep? What's changed during the year? Income clarity gives your tax plan a foundation. Without it, you may be building a strategy on assumptions. And the goal is not for you to become a tax expert. The goal is to have a process where those details are noticed before tax season. So if you're a 1099 CRNA, ask yourself, do I have my contracts and pay statement saved? Do I know which payer each payment came from? Do I know whether taxes are being withheld anywhere? Do I know which states are connected to my work? Do I know how reimbursements, stipends, bonuses, or travel payments are being treated? If not, that may be a readiness gap. That does not mean you did anything wrong. It means you may need a better process. Because once your income picture is clear, the next questions become easier. Are your estimated taxes on track? Do your deductions line up with your work? Does your travel situation need review? Could multistate tax exposure be an issue? Does your business setup still make sense? Those are future conversations, but they all start here, with clarity. So if tax season felt stressful this year, this may be one of the first places to look. Your income and contract setup may be giving you clues about where your tax plan needs more support. In a future episode, I'll share a real example of how two CRNA contracts can look almost identical on paper, but create very different tax results. But for now, your next step is simple. Download the free 1099 CRNA Tax Readiness Review. Start with the first section, Income and Contract Clarity. If you find yourself saying, "I'm not sure," "I need to check on that," or "I didn't realize that mattered," pay attention. Those phrases are clues. You can get the 1099 CRNA Tax Readiness Review through the link in the description. It is a simple first step toward a cleaner, calmer, more proactive tax year.
Thanks for listening to Money Moves for CRNAs. New episodes drop twice a month. See you soon. Music licensed from premiumbeat.com. Under license number 7394047.